You ever hang up the phone or put it down after a text exchange with your kids or grandkids and just feel this weird sense of disconnect? Like you're both using English words, but you're not really speaking the same language at all? Well, that feeling is completely real. And in this explainer, we're going to get to the bottom of why it happens and, more importantly, give you a practical playbook to fix it for good.
This right here, this is it. This gets to the very heart of the problem. It's not about arguing over big things. It's that subtle stuff. It's when you reach out for a real, warm conversation and you get back a one-word text. Or when you're trying to pass on some genuine, hard-won wisdom and you can just feel their attention drifting back to their screen. It's more than just frustrating, isn't it? It can feel like they're dismissing your whole way of being. I want you to know you're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone.
Okay, so here is the most important thing I'm going to say today, so lean in for this one. This is not your fault. You are not out of touch. This is not about a lack of love or respect or anything like that. The best way to think about it is like a tech problem. It's like your brain is running on one operating system, a really sophisticated one built over decades, and their brain is running on a totally different one. The breakdown is a system glitch, not a personal one. And today, we're going to give you the user manual.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at what's causing the problem, this idea of a different social frequency. Then we'll get into the mechanics behind it, the digital-analog divide. After that, we'll talk about a huge mindset shift, becoming what we call a strategic interpreter. And from there, we'll get super practical with the Linguistic Bridge Protocol, and we'll reframe your role as a master of meaning. We'll wrap it all up with a simple challenge you can try literally the second this is over.
All right, let's dive in. The first step to solving any problem is to give it a name, to really understand what we're looking at. There's a real, documented reason these conversations can feel so off, and once you see it, I promise a lot of things are going to start clicking into place.
The term for this is contextual drift. It sounds a bit academic, I know, but the idea is actually really simple. It just means that the world has changed so much that the same words don't mean the same thing anymore. Think about a simple phrase like, "I'm busy." For you, that might mean you're occupied with a single important task. For them, it could mean they're juggling 7 different conversations across 3 different apps. The dictionary definition is the same, but the entire context around it has shifted. It's like you learned to communicate in a world of handwritten letters, and they learned in a world of TikTok comment.
And this chart here, this really lays it bare. On the left is the world many of us mastered. It's synchronous, meaning it happens in real time. It's high context, where the tone of your voice, the pauses, the look in your eye, all of that is part of the message. But on the right, that's their native environment. It's asynchronous. Things don't happen in real time. It's low context, built for speed and efficiency, not deep nuance. So you see, it's not just a misunderstanding. You are literally broadcasting on different frequencies.
Now, this difference in frequency, it's not just a simple preference. Nope, it actually goes deeper, right down to the way our brains process information and what we've learned to value in a conversation. This is what we call the digital-analog divide. As we get older, our brains develop this incredible superpower. It's called crystallized intelligence. Think of it as this massive, amazing library of social skills, intuition, and wisdom that you've built over your entire life. It's that gut feeling you have. It's why you know that a proper conversation starts with a warm, "How are you?" before you get down to business. These instincts feel right because for decades, they were the absolute gold standard of good communication. But here's the catch. Your incredible crystallized intelligence is now smashing up against something new: information velocity. Younger people grew up in a world that moves at the speed of light. For them, communication is often about getting packets of data back and forth as fast as possible. So that thoughtful hello, that polite warm-up that your brain knows is just good manners, to them, it can actually feel like a slow, buffering video getting in the way of the information they're waiting for.
So here's the bottom line. It really is a technical mismatch. You're trying to have a deep, meaningful conversation in a world that's been optimized for quick, surface-level transactions. It's like you're trying to play a beautiful, warm vinyl record on an iPhone speaker. All the richness, all the depth is there in what you're offering, but the device they're using just isn't built to hear it that way. And that feeling of static and frustration you get, that's the sound of those two systems clashing. Okay, so, knowing all this, what on earth do we do about it? Do we just give up? Retreat? Absolutely not. This is the moment we make a choice. This is where we pivot from being frustrated to being fluent. It's time for a crucial shift in our mindset.
This right here is the whole ball game. On the left, that's the default setting, protocol expectation. That's the part of us that thinks, well, there's a right way to do this, and they should do it that way. And you know what? It's a direct path to feeling ignored and resentful. But look at the right side, medium adaptation.
This is where you take your power back. This is you deciding, okay, their way isn't wrong, it's just a different channel. Your new job isn't to be an offended rule keeper, it's to be a brilliant strategic interpreter.
Think of this as your new mission, should you choose to accept it. Optimize your transmission. Now listen, this is not about dumbing down what you have to say. It is the exact opposite. This is about being so socially brilliant, so clever, that you can package your wisdom in a way that is guaranteed to be heard. It's about being the genius who can explain a complex idea so simply that anyone can get it. The real intelligence is in the translation. And honestly, this shift will do wonders for your own peace of mind.
And I want you to burn this into your brain. You have the ultimate advantage here. They might be wizards with their thumbs. They might be fluent in the latest tech, but you have decades of emotional intelligence. You are a grandmaster of the human heart. You understand empathy and nuance in a way no app will ever be able to replicate. That is your superpower. That is what you're going to use to build this bridge.
So now that we have this powerful new mindset, let's get our hands dirty. Let's talk about the actual how-to. It's time to introduce the Linguistic Bridge Protocol, 5 simple, powerful tools you can start using today.
Okay, let's break these down. Step 1, the medium match rule. So simple, but so effective. If they text you, text them back. Just by meeting them on their turf, you eliminate friction before the real conversation even starts. Step 2, the preamble audit. Instead of a long warm-up, try putting your main point right at the front. Hey, quick question about Thanksgiving. Or, saw this article, made me think of you. It respects their need for speed. 3, basic emoji literacy. Look, you don't need to be a hieroglyphics expert, but understand that a thumbs up emoji isn't them being dismissive. It's just their efficient way of saying, got it, thanks. 4, and this one is huge, schedule synchronicity. Instead of calling out of the blue, send a quick text first. Hey, got a funny story for you. You free for a 5-minute call later? This is the perfect blend of their world and your world. And finally, number 5, the curiosity query. Just get curious. Ask them, hey, show me how that app works. It shows respect for their world and keeps your own mind nimble.
You know, as you start to use these little tools, you're going to notice something really incredible starts to happen. Your whole feeling about your role in these relationships is going to shift. You'll realize this was never, ever about you being left behind. It was about you stepping up into a new, more powerful role.
I really want you to let this sink in. You are not falling behind. You are becoming multilingual. You are already fluent in the beautiful, complex language of deep human connection. Now you're just adding a second language, the fast, efficient dialect of the digital world. And this isn't just some feel-good idea. Research actually shows that people who do this, who act as these bridges, report being happier and feeling way less isolated. It's good for them, and it's really good for you.
Let's be crystal clear about this. Your wisdom, your stories, your entire life experience, that is the treasure. That is the invaluable content that your family and the world desperately need. All you're learning here is a new delivery system, a new way to make sure that treasure gets delivered safely. The packaging might change, but you are now and you will always be the master of meaning.
So, where do we start? The key is not to try and change everything all at once. That's just overwhelming. The way to start is with one small, concrete step to prove to yourself that this actually works. And that brings us to your gentle challenge.
Here it is. It's simple. Sometime in the next 24 hours, think of a time when you would normally just pick up the phone and call someone. But instead of doing that, just send a simple digital preamble text first. Something like, hey, thinking of you. Free for a quick call sometime this afternoon? That's it. And then just be a scientist. Observe what happens. Notice the tone of their reply. See if the call itself feels a little more focused, a little less rushed. Just watch how clearing away that little bit of static can change everything.
When it all comes down to it, your wisdom is the message the world needs to hear. By choosing to become this strategic, loving interpreter, you're not just getting your point across, you're ensuring your legacy is heard. So go out there, translate your wisdom, protect those precious bonds, and lead with that deep, powerful empathy that you have always had.